Welcome back to the David Pakman Show.
Welcome back to the show. I'm David Pakman. Several new members we want to say hello to. New members of the David Pakman Show Progressive Mafia. And they are named Paxton Robinson, Elise J., Jared Wills, Kate Chapman, Nick Gelfand, Ian L., Adam P., and Ron Dial. A lot of new members recently, Lewis.
Welcome to the family.
Yes, absolutely. It's probably the wimpiest mafia ever. I mean, I can't imagine almost anybody in it owns any guns.
You never know.
There's probably almost
Perhaps I own enough guns alone to supply the whole family.
Lewis has no guns, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be confused. Let's talk about 2012. We're starting to ramp up. We're less than 2 years now from the inauguration of the next president, or maybe another term for the current president. And the campaigns are getting going, particularly, really almost exclusively on the Republican side. It's still not clear whether there will be any real challenge to Obama on the Democratic side. We hear a variety of opinions there. Michele Bachmann is getting out and testing the waters for her presidential run. I really am looking forward to, if Michele Bachmann declares she will be a candidate, if she will go into that kind of trance like she did with Chris Matthews. Remember when she appeared to be completely hypnotized and she could only repeat the same answer over and over again?
Very strange.
If that were to happen during a debate, I can't imagine it would bode well.
Oh, then there was the response to State of the Union.
That's right.
In which she was just kind of looking past the camera and never making,
That's right. It was filmed like a 60 Minutes interview where she was just looking off camera. And also, I believe that was pre-taped.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, it happened 10 seconds after the State of the Union. So.
And the big thing it was longer than that.
It was like 10 minutes.
10 minutes, something like at least 10 minutes. She is a constitutional expert. She calls herself one. And remember when Judge Andrew Napolitano said before her 2010 reelection, she is a constitutional expert. And if Andrew Napolitano of Fox News fame says that, you clearly are an expert on the Constitution, just like Christine O'Donnell, who once took a 2-week course on the Constitution. She's a constitutional expert. So again, no cause for alarm anytime you hear from someone that they are constitutional experts. We can take for granted that they will only suggest and do things that, as they know, the Founding Fathers would have wanted, because they are experts in that as well. Now, on C-SPAN, she gave this speech to Iowans, which obviously we know why she's in Iowa, that the founders fought tirelessly until slavery was abolished in 1865. So obviously, the founders must have been incredibly tired from fighting for about 100 years, because the U.S. already had 100 years of independence before the 13th Amendment, which abolished slavery, was added to the Constitution. I guess the Constitution isn't something you know. You just kind of have a gut feeling for it, right? That's the sense I'm getting from Michele Bachmann.
Could be, yeah. It's in your blood, maybe.
I'm not even going to play these clips because I can't imagine anyone who listens to this show is going to be supporting Michele Bachmann. I really can't, honestly. I can imagine people supporting McCain, but how could someone really listen to this show and support Michele Bachmann? I don't know. I just really don't know. The invisible primary has already started. The fundraising, the vetting behind the scenes. I'm counting at least 19 potential Republican candidates so far. Rudy Giuliani, for one, says he'd have a better shot of winning if Sarah Palin does run, since he will comparatively appear to be more moderate. What do you think of that? I didn't think the GOP wanted the primary voters. I didn't think they wanted anybody to be moderate.
Right. Well, I don't think Sarah Palin has a shot, at all. I don't even winning the primary. So.
Okay, so let's get into that. There's this kind of top tier that has developed, according to most so-called experts. I consider Mitt Romney to be in the top tier and to be the leader right now. However, as we know, the person who appears to be the front runner 2 years out from an inauguration is often not actually the nominee. So I'm just speculating right now he seems to be the front runner. His Mormonism will certainly come up. And remember, the disadvantage Mitt Romney has is something that really shouldn't be a disadvantage. The far-right GOP turn that we have seen over the last few years has created a situation where Romney will have to essentially distance himself from the Massachusetts healthcare policy that he helped enact when he was our governor. Not because it has been unsuccessful. Massachusetts has the highest insured rate in the country for health insurance, but because Karl Rove and others have said he's going to have to denounce it if he wants a shot with Republican primary voters. Confirmation of the extreme nature of those voters.
Right, yeah. Unfortunately, that's a huge problem for him, but the way we look at it, probably the best thing he did in Massachusetts.
I could not agree with you more.
Yeah.
Mike Huckabee is in the top tier. He's a poor fundraiser. I don't think he's going to be able to fundraise as needed. Sarah Palin, you think Sarah Palin has no shot? I believe Sarah Palin is done. Absolutely. I've got an incredible clip for you here. This is going to, I want to make clear again, when I play something like this, it has not been doctored. We have done nothing to the clip. Sarah Palin referring to Obama's Sputnik mention during the State of the Union as both a WTF moment, and number two, she talked about Barack Obama aspiring Americans. Let me be clear in my pronunciation. Not inspiring Americans, aspiring them. Here we go.
Former Alaska Governor Sarah Palin is still with us. And Governor, last night there was a lot of discussion about the Sputnik moment that the president talked about. Do you agree with him? Do you feel, is this our moment?
That was another one of those WTF moments, that when he has so often repeated this Sputnik moment that he would aspire Americans to celebrate. He needs to remember that what happened back then with the former communist USSR and their victory in that race to space, yeah, they won, but they also incurred so much debt at the time that...
Wow. This is not, I got an email from someone, actually, Randy Enochson, said, I'm a new listener and I'm loving the show. I have to admit, I thought the interview with Gordon Klingenschmidt, the gay exorcism guy, was some kind of skit until today. Same thing with Sarah Palin. People email me who watched the show in other countries. Many people believed for a long time that Sarah Palin was a comedian. I mean, literally, that she's not a candidate. This is a parody. Michele Bachmann, Christine O'Donnell, these are parodies. How could these possibly... No, ladies and gentlemen, to our international audience, like Wolf Blitzer says, welcoming in our international audience, Sarah Palin is considered an actual politician in this country. I don't know what else to tell you. This is not a skit. It's literally gibberish. I mean, she is completely just spouting gibberish.
It's not Tina Fey pretending to be Sarah Palin. It's actually Sarah Palin.
People are convinced, Lewis, that this must be some kind of evil sketch or some kind of a joke is being played. I don't know what else to tell you.
I don't know.